wondering how my surgery went, if I still have BII or if I'm feeling better, or if I had any surgery complications. Today I'm sharing all about surgery, recovery, drains, and healing from BII. This video is being posted way later than I had expected. I'm 5 weeks and 2 days post-op today recording this, and I also encountered a very unexpected and serious post-surgery complication, and I want to share about that with you today so that in hopes that nobody else has to experience this. And I want to provide as much insight and transparency about this whole breast explant and lift surgery and recovery process. And stick around to the end for a free breast explant surgery essentials PDF download. So there's two types of viewers who want to know how my surgery went. There's the more sensitive viewer who maybe just wants to hear about whether it went well or not, if there was any complications, they just want to hear about it. And then there's the less sensitive viewer who actually wants to see how it went, like the actual surgery process. And to please everyone, I've left the actual surgery footage out of this video, but towards the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a code word that you can message me if you want to see the actual surgery footage that my surgeon and his team were so kind to take in the operating room for me. So the morning of surgery was the hardest for me, saying my goodbyes to my little girl. I love you.
Is that fair?
Yeah, Mama's going to go to the doctor to get these fixed.
Yeah.
I have Owies there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to snuggle me one more time?
Yeah.
Love you.
And slowly.
It's okay, baby. I love you so much.
Crystal just went into surgery. She's definitely excited. Yeah, I think it's been a long 6 years for her to finally get this done. It's one of those decisions that we made. We wish we never would have done it, but it was just a learning moment for us. I dropped her off, and now it's about a 4-hour wait. They're gonna give me a call when she gets out, and then it's about an hour recovery for her to start feeling good enough for the trip home. He gave me a call back with a heads up to come back and get her. What I'm really most excited about for Crystal is before she ever had the breast implants, she was definitely more active. I think immediately after we realized like she couldn't really do push-ups anymore, and that was like really the first sign to me that they had a negative consequence. And not just push-ups, even pull-ups. If you don't know much about Crystal, she was a fitness trainer, and so she was all like in the gym life. That was like what we did, like we were constantly like 5 days a week at the gym. And then it was after that we realized that these had a consequence to them. From there, it kind of deteriorated, started showing more signs. So we started talking about the BII and how that's a thing. And it's one of those that's such a subtle thing, but it's real. And so that's why we're getting those removed and just living that healthy and I'd say now holistic lifestyle. From a male perspective, I think, it's like, well, my wife won't have, these breast implants. And really, it's like, I wouldn't say it's that at all. I think I'm more excited that she's going to feel like herself, and I'd much rather have that than for her to have breast implants. And it's really not about me, it's about her. And that's the perspective I'm coming from, is I want her to be happy and I want her to be healthy, not because it's like I get some gratification out of these silicone breast implants. So I'm way past that point. I've been past that point for quite a while. I think Crystal probably did get those for me. I think she made the decision for me way back when. And so I think now it's my decision for her. She can have those removed. They were so big when they were put in. I think it was easy to tell that they didn't feel natural. They didn't look like they were that comfortable, to be honest. And she's had back problems ever since. So the fact that she's getting those removed, like, I'm so happy for her, and I'm so looking forward to her just being more like energetic and just like happy and moving around. And I mean, like, not saying like she wasn't, but it definitely, I think, has affected her lifestyle. And now how much, that's hard to say, but I definitely know it's hindered her in ways. I'm looking forward to them just being more natural, more small, just more of like the normal and natural look. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm looking forward to it. And I know Crystal definitely is. So yeah, I think Bella is going to be interesting. She's going to know something's wrong with Mama. And I'm going to do my best to explain to her that, like, Mama's hurt right now. We got to be careful and gentle with her. Like, this is the most critical time for us to make sure that Crystal is just being very slow and she's recovering correctly. so get the best possible outcome out of this.
The surgery itself went well. I'm surprisingly very happy and pleased with my results, even from the 3-week mark. I did an explant and a lift, and my surgery pain level was like a 1 to 3 max for the first week of surgery. I only needed Tylenol. I didn't really need any narcotics or anything, so that was great. My lower front ribs hurt more than anything. My back hurt really bad the first few days, but that was only because I was using a wedge pillow, which I thought was something that would be great for surgery, for recovering from surgery, but it actually caused more back pain. And then once I changed my sleeping position, things got much better. I do not recommend a wedge pillow. Once I switched to stacked pillows, which I'll show a picture of how I ended up doing that, and it was so much more comfortable. So you'll see in this video clip coming up here that right after surgery, I was drowsy from the anesthesia. I was not completely out of it. I was coherent, but definitely very drowsy. And my back was hurting. I think it was just due to the position that they had me in, or maybe it was a post-surgery back pain, not really sure. And I didn't get that deep breath feeling that I hear so much about in the explant groups. I was in recovery for 4 hours, which is much longer than expected. I think they told me I was going to be in there approximately 2 hours, and I was in there for 4 hours.
How do you feel?
Definitely tired, but better. Excited.
Good.
I was feeling pretty decent until I stood up to get wheeled out to the car in the wheelchair. The moment I stood up, I started getting severely nauseous. My whole body heated up, and you'll see in this picture I'm about to show right here that I was miserable. Like, I felt like I was about to throw up, and the anti-nausea medication that they gave me was not nearly enough. So after giving me extra anti-nausea medication, it still wasn't working. I had to get an injection in my arm for something a little bit stronger, and finally that helped. I was getting super, super hot. I just wanted to like take all my clothes off because I was that hot. I just felt super sick until the medication kicked in. So that seemed to help, and as you can see coming up here, we finally made it home.
So the last time I looked at the clock, right before surgery, right before they put the IV in, it was 11:39, 11:40 a.m. Now it's 8:30 p.m. And my surgery was 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said everything went great. And I actually have more back pain right now, but I'm hoping that'll go away soon. And my chest pain is like maybe a 3 or 4. My back hurts more. I don't feel that deep breath feeling yet, but I'm hoping tomorrow maybe, when all the pain from being in an awkward position is over.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions?
It's really hard to know like how you feel because your chest, it feels just really sore.
Yeah, it kind of feels sore and like bruised maybe, but...
And with the pain meds, it's really hard to tell, like, you know, how that feels, so.
And my throat's just, the way it sounds is because of the tube down my throat. I think my friend Mia got me these Thieves cough drops, so I'm going to take one and see if it helps. I'm just so grateful that I literally went into surgery with such minimal anxiety and like calmness, even when I got to the operating room and they had Kyle leave, because I was awake for quite a few minutes in there first, and I'm just so grateful like for all that peace. I just seriously felt all the prayers were like just working so greatly. And my last surgery, I was hysterically crying like the day before, the day of, when we walked in, couldn't even calm down with a Xanax. And I'm just so grateful for that. And now I'm just looking into the recovery process and recovering smoothly and then healing from there. Do you want to show them the implants?
So those are the implants that Crystal had. Like, look how, like, they were huge. And, I mean, I'm not sure if Crystal's told you, maybe she has, like, we never really intended to have like that big of an implant. I mean, just holding these, like, that's a lot of weight. I'd say if like you went to like the store and you got like a big pack of steaks, like that's like they're heavy, like they're quite a bit.
And he said I had bottomed out on the right one a lot too.
There's a lot of steps in the recovery process. So there's this here that she has to do like I think they said like every 10 minutes. Yeah. And this is to really make sure she doesn't get pneumonia in her lungs.
What's that?
Your ice pack is in the way. There. And she's got to do it at a certain level. You got to get to this level, remember?
And there's a happy face where it needs to be in there.
Yeah. And she hit it.
So I'm just going to go to bed soon here and look forward to waking up in the morning, hopefully with minimal pain. So overall, I feel pretty good. My back just hurts.
So March 11th was the big reveal where they took the dressings down, and to their surprise, I had no bruising, and that's because I used a homeopathic medication the week leading up to surgery and 2 weeks post-surgery, and that's also in the PDF download. When they removed the dressings and I saw my new look, I wasn't shocked or anything because I had seen so many before and afters in the breast explant groups that I knew that the recovery process was going to take some time, and what I saw on day 3 post-op is not going to be nearly the same as even a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks post-op. And for me, that was definitely true. So I just trusted the healing process, and things have been great ever since. March 15th, I had my drains taken out, and basically the drains, once they reach 30 cc's of fluid for 3 days straight, that's when you know that they're safe to be taken out. At least that's what my surgeon's protocol was.
One is definitely producing a lot less now.
I had my drains taken out, and I'm going to be showing a clip, so if you're someone that's a little bit squeamish, you might want to just close your eyes for this part while you hear it going on, or you could forward through.
So again, I'm just going to find my little black dot here. You can see it right there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You ready? Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and exhale out. There you go. Good girl. Okay.
That was not that bad. So when the drains are put in, I didn't realize this until after. Explains why I was having so much pain while they were in. It's like a long tube, like a long straw tube that's like silicone or something. And then it goes in around, down, and like through the side, out the side. So I was having a lot of pain right here on the left side right after surgery. It was like kind of like random shooting pains. It's because that drain was right there. And after she took him out, then I realized that. So she took it out, slid right out, and then immediately after the drains were out, I felt like 10 times better. So it just goes to show that having a foreign object in your body, the body does not like that. At least my body did not like it at all. I know a lot of women are really interested in the drain process, if it hurts to get them taken out or what that was like. So I really wanted to share that. Is the heel real? So before I share about my post-surgery complication, I want to share about the BII Healing updates. Before surgery, like right leading up to surgery, the closer you get, I see this in the groups, like a lot of women, including myself, start to self-doubt. Like, is this really real? Are these implants really causing me all of this pain and agony? And you start to doubt it, and maybe I'm not going to get better after the surgery. And that definitely kicked in for me, but today I'm here to say that yes, the heel is real. The morning after surgery, I noticed my first improvement. So I prepped these egg muffins, egg, bacon, and cheese muffins. They're awesome. I'm gonna eat these, but I've noticed one of my first healing results, and I actually have oil on my face and on my skin. Like, my skin is oily again. I have not had that since I got implants, so it's already just the first sign, and I haven't been able to take a deep breath yet just because I feel like it would hurt, but I'm sure I'll be able to. And also, my back was hurting last night just from surgery and all that, but my back's feeling better, so
So excited.
The reason why Crystal's cheeks are red is because she was just kind of crying about.
I think my cheeks are rosier too, though.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, I was so pale before. I'm gonna like post pictures, but my skin was so pale, and now I feel like it has more color to it too.
Like the best way of saying it is like she just has a glow to her. I noticed like last night when I picked her up, like her face just looked more youthful, I guess is the best word.
And before surgery, as you can see in my breast implant illness video that I'll have linked up here, I shared all of my BII symptoms that I was having for the past 6 years with implants. I had developed these symptoms just over the years of having them. I'm so thankful to say that symptoms have just been dropping off since as soon as 24 hours after surgery. So I've been keeping an updated list on my phone by date of the symptoms that I'm seeing resolve, and I'm also going to continue that. It's right here. I'm going to continue that to just make sure that they actually are still not coming back. And it's crazy because I had so much back and neck pain, especially back pain, like shoulder blade pain, that I was nervous because I wasn't sure if it was going to go away completely, because 7 weeks after I got my implants put in, I was in a car accident with major whiplash, and I really was wondering towards leading up to surgery, I was wondering if that was something from the car accident or if it was from the implants. But now I can say it was definitely from the implants. And today I did my first workout, and oh my gosh, it was dramatically different than it was with implants. I had energy and motivation. I could breathe with high reps, didn't have any inflammation or joint pain like I usually would. And bonus, my implants weren't in the way. I also foam rolled after my workout, and when I used to foam roll, I noticed when I go over my right shoulder blade, which is where I always had a ton of pain, there would be like almost like a speed bump where it would just hump over it and it would just make this really loud noise you could hear. And did my foam roller this morning and I was completely fine. That didn't happen at all. So whatever the implants were doing, they were pushing on my muscles and causing something like a knot or something to bulge out and be really, really painful, like chronic pain, and that is completely gone. It's literally a night and day difference, and I'm so, so grateful. And you can see here, like just within 24 hours of surgery, in this picture right here, like I have more color in my skin, I don't look as dragged down and tired, and I've only been feeling and getting better ever since. Surgery complications. So even though surgery went great, I was healing from BII, I was feeling amazing, like I did before implants. 10 days after surgery, I hit a wall. I all of a sudden became like extremely tired. And then a few hours from there, I broke out in hives, and over the next 48 hours, the hives spread throughout my body, like all over my body. At first, I thought it was from the scar serum that I was using, because I had just started using this scar serum. It was my second application. I had applied it at night, and then that morning I applied it, and I started getting like what I thought was a rash underneath my incision sites, and then it's just spread out from there. But it was on my back, it got down to my thighs, and then eventually down to my calves. So I found out that it wasn't the scar serum. It could have like kind of triggered something. I had a lot going on with healing, but within a few more hours, I started getting diarrhea, and it was bad. It was 7 times, 8 times the first day, 15 times the next day, 8 times the day after that, and then it continued on about 8 to 10 times a day. So 2 days after that happened, that was on a Sunday, so I got tested on Monday, and then Tuesday I got my results. It turns out I had C. difficile colitis without toxins A and B. Upon research and talking to my naturopath, I discovered that this can be caused by broad spectrum antibiotics, like this one specifically, clindamycin. And the Western medicine treatment for this is, you guessed it, more antibiotics. Typically, people go through 1 to 3 rounds of antibiotics and they continue to relapse and get C. diff again before they're given something else like a Difsid, which is a medication to also help try to get rid of it. But these medications like Difsid and vancomycin, which is an antibiotic as well, they can cause other things like hearing loss. So me being the holistic person that I am, I did not want to have to do this, especially when I found out that after all of these relapses of people trying to remove it with antibiotics, their next and last ditch effort source of treatment is a fecal transplant. That was definitely not in the cards for me, so I was determined to cure this naturally. And I'm so happy and grateful to say that I have been symptom-free since Easter. In the PDF download that I have for prepping for surgery, I have a list of supplements that you can start taking before surgery so that you can prevent this from happening to you if you have to take antibiotics after surgery, or if there's antibiotics in your IV, which most likely there will be. And I'm also going to be posting a video later on just about C. diff in particular and what I did to cure it naturally. Recovering with small children. While healing from surgery pain-wise was very manageable in the first weeks, it was still very difficult in the first 4 weeks to take care of my toddler on my own. I wasn't allowed to do house chores. I obviously wasn't allowed to lift. I couldn't use my upper body at all. And then especially experiencing the antibiotic infection that I had after surgery, that made things very difficult. I only had help after surgery for 1 week because my recovery plans fell through. Thank goodness my dear friend came to the rescue. She was there when I was going through my C. diff infection. She helped with chores, groceries, meal prep, playing with my toddler, and helping my toddler get dressed, go to the bathroom when she was here. And then she also set up a meal train for us. So people from our church brought us meals every other night, which was extremely helpful. She's also the one that put together this cute gift basket for me with all the girls from my community group. It was so sweet of them. And she was also there for my mental sanity because I was stuck at home, especially with the C. diff. I couldn't really leave the house because I didn't know when I was going to have to use the restroom. And it was what I really needed in that time. She's just amazing. So I just want to say thank you so much because I know you're going to be watching this. So my point is, make sure that you have a solid, reliable recovery plan and even have a plan B. I only have 1 kid and it was hard. I can only assume that if you have more than 1 kid, it's going to be even harder. Also, have some friends come over or go out and get coffee or go to a park if the weather's nice enough. Just get out for your mental sanity because being stuck in a home, not being able to do much, for me at least, that was one of the hardest parts, mentally at least. I was almost depressed due to the stress of recovery, the complications that I experienced with the antibiotics, and not being able to do anything physically for so long. So I told you guys I would be sharing a code word if you want to see the actual surgery footage that my surgeon took, his team took while operating on me. So you could follow me on Instagram at FitCrunchyMama. Send me a message with the words Explant surgery and I'll send you a video of the actual surgery footage. And for the PDF download, check out the description box. I'll have it right there in the description. So yeah, I can't stop thinking about how grateful I am that God provided a way financially for me to have this surgery, that He protected me through the surgery, that He brought an overwhelming peace going through the surgery because I was so anxious when I had my implants put in and I didn't experience any of that getting them taken out. I had people praying for me and I felt all the prayers and God's peace, His overwhelming peace. I had a smooth surgery recovery aside from the C. diff, but even through that, there were some blessings that I'll discuss in the other video. And I've just been healing from BII ever since. I'm like a brand new person again, a brand new woman, and I'm just so excited to see where this is going to take me and my family.